Imagine a Lagos where traffic is no longer a nightmare, where markets, malls, and even trains run beneath the ground, freeing up precious space above for parks, homes, and cleaner air. Sounds like science fiction, right? Well, this futuristic idea was recently highlighted by one of Nigeria's most respected comedians and thought leaders, popularly known as Alibaba. He suggested that perhaps the way forward for real estate and development in Lagos, given its congestion and population explosion, is to start looking underground.
Looking at the future ahead, what's next for you in real estate?
We need to begin to go inside the ground.
But is this bold vision the solution Lagos desperately needs, or a disaster waiting to happen? Hey, welcome to Hot Take. If you love thrilling content as much as we do, go ahead and subscribe. Let's dive in together. Lagos today is home to over 20 million people, making it one of the fastest growing megacities in the world. By 2050, experts project the population could exceed 30 million, placing Lagos in the same league as Tokyo and Delhi. Yet, unlike those cities, Lagos struggles with limited land space, weak urban planning, and chronic traffic congestion. To put it in perspective, the city occupies just 1,171 square kilometers, but squeezes in more people than New York City, which has almost double the land area. Every day, more than 5 million cars compete for roads originally built for less than half that number. Land prices have skyrocketed, forcing new projects like Eco-Atlantic City, which involves reclaiming land from the Atlantic Ocean. But how sustainable is this approach? Perhaps the future of Lagos lies, not above ground or on the ocean, but beneath our feet.
Actually, Lagos, there's no more land. So, you either go up or go into the ground.
Alibaba's idea isn't new globally. Cities like Tokyo, Montreal, Helsinki, and Singapore already use underground spaces to ease surface congestion. The vision for Lagos could include underground transport networks like subways and express train lines to decongest traffic. Markets and shopping malls could move below ground, freeing up land above for housing and green spaces. Utility tunnels could carry power, water, internet, and sewage safely underground. Warehouses and logistics centers could reduce roadside blockages. This isn't just about space. It's about transforming Lagos into Africa's first true multi-layered smart city, surface-level living and recreation, with underground systems powering transport and commerce. But let's weigh the brilliance of this vision against the harsh realities. One of the strongest arguments for going underground is solving land scarcity. Lagos has one of the highest land values in Africa. A plot in prime areas like Victoria Island can cost as much as 700 million naira, or about $850,000. Going underground unlocks space without land reclamation, making expansion cheaper in the long run. In Singapore, 12% of usable underground space is dedicated to transport, freeing up 8% of land for parks and housing. Lagos could follow suit. Traffic congestion is another pressing issue. Lagos loses over $1 billion annually in productivity due to traffic, according to the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority. Underground rail or bus systems could cut commute times by half, as seen in Tokyo, where subways carry 8.7 million passengers daily, keeping the surface less congested. The economy also stands to benefit. Montreal's underground city generates 1.5 billion Canadian dollars annually in retail activity. Imagine Lagos markets like Balagan or Computer Village moved partly underground. Traders get safer, more organized spaces, while Lagos Island roads become navigable again. There's also the climate and aesthetic factor. Underground malls and stations stay cooler naturally, reducing air conditioning costs by 20 to 30%. At the same time, it could allow Lagos to reclaim its beauty with more parks, pedestrian walkways, and green corridors above ground. And then there's global reputation. If successful, Lagos would be the first African city with a fully integrated underground economy. This could attract international investors, tech companies, and smart city partnerships worth billions of dollars. In short, the underground Lagos vision could make the city more livable, profitable, and globally competitive. But the downsides cannot be ignored. Lagos is a coastal city with a high water table. In 2022 alone, floods displaced over 1.4 million Nigerians nationwide, with Lagos among the worst hit. Bangkok and Tokyo have spent billions building underground flood barriers to protect subways. For Lagos, without similar infrastructure, Even light flooding could cripple underground systems. The cost is another major hurdle. London's Crossrail Underground project cost £19 billion, about $23 billion. Singapore spends an average of $250 million per kilometer of underground MRT line. For Lagos, where megaprojects often face budget overruns and corruption, sustaining an underground network could be financially crippling. Maintenance and energy demands also raise concerns. Underground systems need 24/7 lighting, pumping, and ventilation. Montreal spends tens of millions annually on electricity alone. Nigeria already suffers from unstable power supply. How feasible is it to run an underground Lagos without massive energy reforms? Safety and security add another layer of risk. In Moscow, fires and terrorist attacks in underground metros have led to hundreds of deaths. Lagos struggles with emergency response and policing. Crime, accidents, or disasters underground could turn deadly very quickly. Even cultural acceptance is an issue. In Helsinki, some residents report claustrophobia in underground malls. Nigerians, who are used to open-air markets and lively streets, may resist shopping or commuting underground, at least initially. So should Lagos go underground? The idea is brilliant on paper. It addresses land scarcity, traffic, and urban modernization. But it is also dangerously ambitious in a city struggling with flooding, corruption, and poor maintenance culture. If Lagos wants to go underground, it must first fix its power and water management systems. It must invest in flood control infrastructure like Tokyo's $2 billion flood tunnels. It must ensure transparent financing to avoid abandoned megaprojects. And it should start small, maybe with pilot underground malls or utility tunnels, before scaling to full metros. Alibaba's bold suggestion sparks an important conversation. Lagos cannot keep expanding outward without collapsing under its own weight. Whether underground or above, the city needs radical innovation to survive the next 30 years. Going underground could transform Lagos into Africa's smartest megacity, but only if planned with honesty, discipline, and futuristic vision. The real question is, will Lagos dare to think boldly, or will it drown under its own congestion? The answer may shape the future of not just Lagos, but all of Africa's rapidly growing cities.